as members of Acholi Parliamentary Group, Lango Parliamentary Group, West Nile Parliamentary Group, who sat down and said we need a state burial. All we care about is a decent send-off. I want to send a message to those technical people who are appointed by the president, who want to make the president look bad. The president should know that these people, if he does not deal with them, it will cause problems. We cannot be in a meeting, be insulted. You are not insulting us. You are insulting the people of Uganda. Jacob Oulanyah is not just someone from Omoro. Jacob Oulanyah was a speaker, and we demand for a decent send-off of the speaker. Anyway, if the COVID-19 affected the economy, we are saying it is okay. Let's leave the state burial. We can send off Jacob as people of Uganda and send him off peacefully. We don't want to be coming here. The blackmail out there about us leaders, we want money for ourselves. We have collected money to support the decent send-off of Jacob. If you look at the budget, you look at security alone, 100+ million. We don't need security, by the way. The people can provide security. You look at the cost to transport the executives, the people who are supposed to go, we don't need it. So we need food, we need shelter, we need the grave to be done well. If this is also too much to ask, we need people who are there by mandate to come and send Jacob off. We need the regional councils to be there. This is what the people are saying they want, and we are presenting their opinion. So if we can't fund the regional councils to take place, we can't fund the transportation of people to go and bury Jacob, then let's leave the state burial, and we do this at our own level. This is uncouth, this is very inhumane, and it's very disappointing to see that this is being taken place. And we are warning you technical people, don't joke at this time. For us leaders, we can do what we can do without you.
As I talk with you tomorrow, the body is coming to Parliament. We are left with only one day. After tomorrow, then the next day, the body should be going to Kololo, then to Omoro. What a shame. The people on the ground have done everything. We are talking about feeding now on the ground in Omoro, whereby the Misuse is working with his own livestock. The only resources left now, his son is gone. Who is going to help him? So the red speaker is burying himself. We are using his own cows at home to feed the mourners when he was number 3 in the country. You are talking about how much money you need. The money we need is this amount. Whether it is possible to raise it or not, the willingness is too much. We are even taking long. If we had opened a line yesterday, by today it would be done. Many people have been calling me, sending text messages, send for us the telephone number, the mobile number that you are going to use. And I think from here, we are going to open a number. And we want to register with MTN, we register with Airtel, so that people can send the money. And you've seen the willingness from members of parliament. Some people are saying, let our emolument, maybe let our pension be given for this. You see the love that people have for this man, but the problem is the people who are in charge of money for this country, who think they own this country. They are the ones who are behaving as if they are not going to die. They think they are here forever, they are immortal, which is totally wrong. And you should not steal from the dead passion. That must stop.
We are burying a politician. And this is not just an ordinary member of parliament like me, but a regional central executive chairman of the NRM party. All of you saw the effort Right Honorable put in Northern Uganda to mobilize us. He packaged the information of development, of peace, of unity. That is why we voted. And as NRM, I am more pained as an NRM member of parliament. What are we going to tell our people if they are listening to all these utterances that divide us? What would Jacob do if he was alive? With all this what message are we going to give back to our people if our leader who preach all this message is gone and we are not bothered and we are just doing anything that pleases us? I would like to urge our party chairman that as a party, we've got to be very cognizant of the people we work with. I have witnessed in these 2 weeks that there are people who are actually anti-government in their own right. Because you cannot stand up and make a statement that is going to send a negative message for the party in government. All this that we are doing for the technical people and for the media who do not mind politically, I hope that we don't blunder in this.
Let government come out very clearly and we drop this issue of state burial. Then we bury in an official way. After all, he was a member of parliament. He deserves official burial, and that's what we can go with. Two, as members of parliament, as a people of Uganda, of goodwill, we are able to collect this money and give him a decent burial.
Jacob was standing so strong to fight corruption. And wherever he would go, Jacob was against that. To our dismay, the 1.2 billion shilling that we are talking about, they have allocated it to a very soft ground where they can get the kickback. A point where we see a real areas where we can spend that money so that we can have a decent burial for Jacob, the Right Honorable, they have left it out. Because those areas is a no-go zone area for them to get a kickback. We are really perturbed on this matter, and we are asking questions. These technical people, of whose interests are they trying to mobilize this fund from the consolidated fund so that they go to bury the Right Honorable Jacob? Of whose interest? Is it in the interest of Ugandans? Is it of the interest of the people, the kinmen of the Right Honorable Jacob? Or they are doing it to satisfy their own interest? If to satisfy their own interest, the 1.2 billion shilling that they are allocating to those grounds that they feel it is of their interest, let them don't disturb us. Let them spend it in the way they want it. The way we, who are people from the ground, we know that if we spend that money in that order, there will be no corruption. We are not crying for a lot of money. We are not even saying that you produce all that money. Let this money be channeled on the right ground, on the right focus areas that we think and we know is going to be of help. Go tomorrow, works is not going on. We requested for the road to be worked upon, the compound to be worked upon. We are requested for these people who knows Jacob to come there. We are requesting that let us do this thing, but instead they are concentrating on the areas which is not of importance to us. They are saying we are hiring a tent of 5,000 sitters in Kololo. You have invited only 2,000 mourners, and all that money you are taking to your own way. You are budgeting for the media coverage, facilitation to media. A+ is budgeting for 27 million shilling. The subcommittee for budget, the budget committee, subcommittee in this national organizing committee, they are planning for over, you see the figure. The figure they are planning, 75 million for the media. Double budgeting. We are pointing out these areas. Please take care of them so that we can handle a key and critical areas that can enable us to give a good send-off to the Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah. Jacob Oulanyah is a Ugandan citizen. Jacob Oulanyah is a man who loves people. Jacob Oulanyah, I've seen all. Jacob saw it, and the society is watching. People are watching. During the war in Northern Uganda, many bones got rotten on the bush. We saw them. At the end, we collected the remains and buried them. If that is what they want the people in the north to resort to do it, we can do it because we know we love each other. We love and we don't want things to go in the way it is going. We call upon the president to reign upon these people because they are tarnishing the name of the government. Thank you very much.
My name is Geoffrey Feta. I'm the Member of Parliament representing Aivu East constituency in Arua City. First of all, I want to thank the President for the support he has extended so far to the treatment of Jacob. Two, I want to thank Parliament for the support they have extended. However, the allocation, however little it is, should be to priority and the needy areas. I think this is what is causing a lot of issues, because the money which is available should be able to address the problems. That money should not go to areas where it can easily be misappropriated. That's one key issue. Two, I have noted uncalled for emotional blanket statements from three key government figures from the time Jacob passed on. And it has made me to think Jacob Oulanyah was one person who stood very strong on unity. He was very tolerant and he was uniting us. But his death is making some key government personnel to make reckless statements that can easily disunite us and that can easily cause more pain than what we are carrying now. Three, the use of state funeral, the use of burial expenses for personal effects. I was at Muyanga today. The budget is reading that we are having 700-seater tent in Muyanga. But there is no space for carrying a 700-seater there. When you look at the tents in Muyanga right now, if you include taxes, the tent is worth 2 million shillings. When you look at the chairs, called the VVIP, and if you cost them at the highest market here in town in Kampala, it would cost 2 million shillings. But these chairs have been costed at 10 million shillings. The tents have been costed at 15 million shillings. That means there are some individuals who use these state funerals, state burials to enrich themselves. Can we therefore speak to these Tekonko people that Uganda's biggest problem is corruption? Even stealing from the dead is very embarrassing.